All right, so let's get you the latest from Secunderabad. And 8 people have died after a massive blaze erupted in an e-bike showroom in Secunderabad. According to the police, several others received burn injuries due to the fire, which spread to a lodge on the upper floor of the building.
The incident was reported late on Monday. Meanwhile, several fire tenders were seen at the spot battling to douse off those flames. Many e-bikes were gutted in the fire. The injured were rushed to Gandhi Hospital and other nearby private hospitals. Most of the victims died of suffocation as thick plumes of smoke caught the guests unaware in this Ruby Lodge. Panic-stricken inmates tried to escape but were trapped in the rooms.
In fact, some people even jumped from their windows. Let's just listen into what the Home Minister of Telangana had to say and the police.
जो भी हो सका हमारा फायर डिपार्टमेंट द्वारा చాలా సహాయత చేయాలి సపోర్ట్ చేశారు మరి ఇది ఫైర్ అంటే ఫైర్ జరగలేదు కొంచెం ధుమా ఎక్కువ వచ్చింది దమ్ము వస్తుంది చాలా ఇన్సిడెంట్ జరిగింది చాలా సీరియస్లీ ఇన్సిడెంట్ ఉంది చాలా మంది అంటే శ్వాస లేకుండా హాస్పిటల్ వెళ్తున్నారు ఎంతమంది చనిపోయారు ఎంతమంది రికవర్ చేస్తారు ఇప్పటివరకు ఎంతమంది చనిపోయారు ఇంకా 4-5 మెంబర్స్ చెప్తున్నారు ఇప్పుడు హాస్పిటల్ పోయిన తర్వాత ఇక్కడ వస్తుంది థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Unfortunately, those staying on the first and second floor were overpowered by the smoke because the smoke occupied the entire corridors, and when they came out of their rooms, they got stuck in that, and the maximum casualties are there in the first and second floor, about 6 of them. The remaining have managed to jump out of the windows or were rescued by locals who went in along with our Inspector Anjaneyulu. Others locals also went into the building. They dared to go in and rescue quite a few of them. Then the fire tender and the fire ladders also rescued a few others.
Well, let's go across to Uma for more on this. And Uma, do we know how this fire started? And very, very tragic. 8 people dead, people even having to jump from their windows to save themselves.
Gargi, the building, the lodge is in fact on the higher floors of this building, in which the basement has this showroom. And the electric vehicles are there. I spoke to the DCP North, who says that they, as of now, suspect that there could have been a case of a short circuit after the charging of the electric vehicles, and that could be the source of the fire itself. Fire personnel is saying that it was more the smoke than the fire that became a big disaster, like the Police Commissioner C.V. Anand was just explaining. In fact, very, very quickly the smoke spread through the the first and second floors, and that's why the maximum casualties, in fact, happened in the first and second floors. But as soon as the short circuit happened, obviously the current went off and it was dark, and it was very difficult for people to find even the magic kind of keys which help open the doors in these kind of hotels, in all hotels that the system that operates, and therefore they got trapped in their rooms, and the fire engulfed them, and very soon it does happen that people lose consciousness and are not able to operate, run through the fire or find the fire trap exit through which they could get out of the building. This is in fact located very near the Secunderabad station, and as we can see in the visuals as well, it's a very crowded area, buildings right next to it, and there is it's a busy area in fact, and even getting access for the fire personnel who did reach early was a little difficult in the circumstances, and that's why the fire cranes, the fire ladders were used in fact to rescue. And yes, locals also played a very big part in trying to get into the hotel, in fact, and they found people unconscious on the corridors. We are told from where they took out people, rescued them. As many as 25 people are suspected to have been residing at that hotel. That's what the registers from the breakfast time at the hotel seem to suggest, that there are 25 residents in the hotel. All of them possibly outsiders from who had come in on some kind of a business visit. Among those dead, also a woman. Right now, the full identification of who the victims were is not yet clear. The investigation on to find out if it was the electric vehicle charging that in fact caused the fire. And also the fire personnel saying that the water sprinkler system during a fire, that did not seem to have come on. Why that did not happen, that is also something that will be investigated. As of now, 8 people in hospital, some of them we are told in a serious condition. They are also trying to locate whether there were other people who went to private hospitals who may have escaped the police own investigation because this fire happened late in the night. Back to you.
Right, Uma, Sudhi, they're reporting on this incident that's taken place in Secunderabad late last night on Monday. 8 people have died, and like Uma was reporting, 25 people were staying in that lodge and they have been rushed to nearby hospitals.